Hey, Jasiah Wagoner here. Wanted to come back and make a quick video for you guys. Confirmation today, and I actually had it last night and probably should have talked about it on the live just a little while ago. But talented sophomore cornerback Jasiah Wagoner will be entering the transfer portal, according to not just Sooner Scoop and 247 reported it this morning. We actually saw Jasiah's dad. I actually saw Jasiah's dad commenting on that on the Trap House Boomin' YouTube channel last night on one of his videos, so we knew this was coming. Sooner Scoop and 247 Sports have both reported it as well as Rivals. It looks like this is pretty much a done deal. According to what his father said on Trap's channel, there are a number of schools already reaching out to look for him. What it appears to be, Wagoner is one of those talented four-star 2024 class defenders that Brent Venable, that's his second recruiting class, the one that brought in Peyton Bowen, fellow top 104-star Makari Vickers, along with Jacoby Johnson as well. You also have Kanai Walker and a number of other guys that we're seeing that this secondary is super deep. Wagoner played in 7 games last year, so he is a true sophomore. He burned that redshirt year to be able to do that. They needed him at certain times. He was a heck of a player and one of those guys that you saw really impress Coach Venables in his first spring as an early enrollee last year. He got to call him Bulldog and stuff like that. The kid is, for being a little on the smaller side, unbelievable. He only totaled 3 tackles and 2 pass breakups last year in those 7 games. But you did see a lot of flashes that you were expecting him ultimately to become one of the starters in Norman. But as you've seen and as we've talked about, not just in the secondary room, but also, of course, we were talking about it a little bit earlier and over the last few days with guys like Jaron Canick who have kind of fallen down in the depth chart. It looks like you may even have a running back in Javonte Barnes, who was slated to be a starter, was a starter in his first year in Norman. He apparently will be staying, and Canick, we haven't heard anything from him, but this is the situation I was talking about in the live stream a little bit earlier, is that, look, guys, these are these kids that it's getting that deep on the defensive side of the ball and really all over the field on both sides of the football. Other than on the offensive line, you have a ton of depth. And there's depth on the O-line as well. It's just not as experienced. But you do have a lot of depth, and you're seeing these recruiting classes that Brent Venables and his coaching staff are putting together year after year. It's bringing in talent that's, well, it makes it tough if you were to fall down that depth chart. And with getting a hand injury during the spring, not playing in the spring game, it appears that Wagoner had done just that. Along with Gentry Williams, who is a returning starter, he'll be should be healthy for the fall. Along with Woody Washington, another veteran in his last season in Oklahoma. You have Kanai Walker and transfer in Des Malone in that cornerback room, along with top 100 corners from that 2024 class, along with Wagoner, Makari Vickers, who looked very good this spring, along with Jacoby Johnson, who by all accounts is stepping to the forefront as well. They also added Eli Bowen, little brother of Peyton, as a corner, and he has apparently filled in that role for Wagoner of being one of those guys always around the football, an interception guy. You've got another guy coming in the summer for the fall semester in Jeremiah Newcomb, the son of former Nebraska star Bobby Newcomb. He is a hard-hitting, tough guy out of Arizona. And then local product Devon Jordan, another corner coming in the 2024 class. Wagoner was actually a part of the 2023 class, not the 2024 class as they're talking about on Sooner Scoop. But he was falling behind in a crowded room. And again, this is what we talked about, earlier and on today's show that I had, and we've talked about it over time. This is definitely a good problem to have, but these are the things that you're going to see. It kind of sucks. To me, I think he was one of the more talented kids in the room. Sometimes your best ability is availability, and when you get into an injury situation or whatever it may be that's not working out. If you fall behind now that these talented loads of recruits are coming in, the writing could definitely be on the wall. And with the transfer portal available to players, it's not that surprising to start seeing some of these really good guys that they were hoping to get something out of headed off in the portal for as it looks. Obviously, Wagoner is the third scholarship player for Oklahoma to enter the portal this spring. He joins Shane Witter and Justin Harrington, both of whom had fallen down on the depth chart. Justin Harrington, of course, due to injury as well, as he started the first half of last year as a cheetah position. He got hurt in the Texas game. We didn't see him again. He transferred for his last season to make sure he got some playing time, get an opportunity to get in the league. It looked like he was going to be one of the odd men out. Shane Witter had kind of been an odd man out coming in. He's been in the portal as well. We'll kind of wait and see what happens with him. Another linebacker there in that room that's gone. But they have added 2 players so far and are looking to add at least one more. They picked up Louisville defensive tackle Jermaine Lowell and SMU center Branson Hickman over the past few days. And they're still looking to get Dominic Williams as well to get some more depth on that defensive line. Dominic Williams, of course, the top target defensive line talent or prospect in the portal coming from TCU. We'll see kind of what happens with that. Again, tough to see a guy like Jasiah headed out of here, but we wish him the best. And I just wanted to drop in here and make sure I'd shout out to Trap House Boomin' and Jasiah's father talking about that in the comment section. Definitely wanted to give credit to Trap though, because he definitely he confirmed it to me that that's who was making the comment in his section there. And so I knew about this last night. Probably should have brought it up on the live earlier, but I don't care about breaking it. I just want to make sure everybody knows about it. Tough, like I said, it's one of them things that you see. These guys are gonna, there's a lot of competition, and in the room, in every room, it looks like on this program. In this program, this is a great thing, but it's tough sometimes because you get attached to some of these players that you think are really going to contribute, and things got to work out for it to work out. So, we wish him the best of luck. Obviously, according to his father, there's a number of schools out there already looking at him. He cannot transfer to another SEC school unless he planned to sit out a year. Doesn't look like, not to say that couldn't happen, but there's a number of programs it looks like that they could be bringing him in for this season. We'll kind of have to wait and see on what that is. Haven't heard anything on anybody who's necessarily put anything out there for him just yet. I have a feeling that you might see Colorado and Coach Prime take a swing at him as they definitely need secondary help on the other side of Travis Hunter there in Boulder. We'll talk a little bit more about that. SEC, No Cap SEC tonight, 9:30 Eastern time right here on Hall of Fame College Football. Thanks a lot. We'll see you.